What's good, Audiotree lovers? It's me, Psalm 1, global hip-hop treasure and Michelin-starred yapper, back with another session, and today is Friday, March 28th, 2025, and for those subscribed to the channel, you know we love you, but if you're not subscribed, please push that little button because more subs means more great bands pulling up. So, once you do that, then follow Audiotree on platforms like Spotify, because why wouldn't you do that as well? It's simple math. And who do we have in studio today? We've got some homegrown rock with the Deadbolts, straight out of the south side of Chicago, which is personally my favorite side. This 7-piece with mild sauce turns new wave and post-punk on its head, brewing fuzzy, bright, and thought-provoking tunes. And we are super excited to have them here today, so get ready, ladies, and gentlemen, for the Deadbolts.
tell me this is not the time to break down. Oh, this is not the time to break. And I need a love, I need a way out. Oh, this is not the time, it's not the time to break. Why don't you make yourself useful? Shift against the neutral, conceding to everything that runs its course. But I find that too demeaning. I'm into intervening. I'm into the convening of my head with the source. And I'm always there, I'm always there. That's only right, I have no choice. That's where I've chosen to be. And that's only fair, that's only fair. That's only right, I have no choice. Need you to tell me this is not the time to break down. Oh, this is not the time to break. And I need a love, I need a way out. Oh, this is not the time, it's not the time to break. Oh, to break. It's not the time, it's not the time to tell me. It's not the time, it's never the time to tell me.
Hey everybody, I consider myself an extremely smart person, but there's something that confuses me a lot over here at Audiotree. 88% of our viewership is not subscribed to the channel, and that's like crazy to me. So I need a favor from you. If you watch the videos and you love the videos and you're not subscribed, please, it's a free and simple way to support the channel. Just hit that subscribe button. And when you do that, we promise you that we will continue to build this channel out, bring you the best bands, listen to your feedback, honestly bring the bands that you want to see more here at Audiotree. So make sure you sub up and we can continue to make this the best music channel on YouTube. Yes, yes. We are here with Pat, John, Eddie, Leo, Benny, Tyler, and James, better known as the Deadbolts. How are we doing today?
Good.
We're doing great.
Thanks for having us. Peachy.
Thanks for coming. You played my jam, Breaks. I love that one. So the theme of that one, let's just get right into the lyrics of that one. It could apply to the band not breaking up, right? Or even not crumbling as the world does around us. Am I even in the ballpark of what those lyrics mean?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of nailing it. I think that that's definitely a good way to go about it. Yeah, it's got a lot of symbolism across the board. Like, obviously, we want to write from our own perspective and, like, pushing through, you know, the realities of being an independent rock band in this modern music industry. But, yeah, it's also, you know, life in general. Like, I guess it's just a message to, no matter how bad it gets, you just gotta, can't break down now, you've come too far. That's kind of, I guess that's pretty much what it is.
In these unprecedented times, don't quit.
Don't quit.
For sure.
Yeah.
A Chicago band usually covers a lot of ground geographically. You say the South Side, but where are you all from?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. I guess, yeah, now that Leo, my brother over here, is playing with us, we're the only guys that are actually from Chicago.
Yeah.
And Pat,
And
yeah. Mount Greenwood and Beverly.
Okay.
But Leo and I grew up in Beverly, around 95th and Damon right off there. And yeah, Pat's from that area as well.
108th and between Pulaski and Kedzie.
108th and Pulaski.
Pulaski. I got family over there, so that's cool. Yeah. So you all went to school together, college, university? Or?
We're
Not quite?
estranged. Parts of our band went to school together.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So how did you all become the so you're the glue?
So
Those two
yeah,
guys.
Who's the
so James and I have been playing music together since we were just little guys. I started playing guitar when I was about 5. James grew up 3 houses down and got a drum set around the same age, and we would
Terrorize your
yeah,
parents?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they had us. They kind of set it up for us, and they both got us into music at the time. So we had always played around together. We went to the same grade school, and then that's how we met Benny as well. He also went to the same grade school, but he didn't start playing music till a little later. Then, yeah, I mean, college came around, and then we decided we wanted to kind of do something a little more and kind of get a full band around us, and then that's kind of where Eddie and Tyler stepped into the mix next, so kind of pick it up from there.
Yeah, we won't go too long into it, but yeah, we were a cover band, and then we started recording, not knowing what the hell we were doing, recording music, doing our own originals, kept climbing the ladder, and eventually we added Corb to the mix over here, our lovely key and synth player here, and then Leo's been sitting in with us on our latest like album release shows just to kind of fill out that sound, because we took a lot of liberties in the studio, adding a lot of layers to the album, and it only felt right to bring him here today. So
Yeah.
he's kind of our auxiliary guy.
Glad to have you. So your lore also speaks to y'all only having practiced twice before you started playing all over the South Side.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So James was at a bar one time, and we didn't really have a band yet.
You had a show before you had a
We didn't
band?
have a band, so then he was kind of talking, like someone was up there, and then he was kind of maybe had a few in him, and said, hey, we could be doing this, and then so he's like, oh really? So then the guy is like, all right, well, you guys free in 2 weeks, and then he's like, oh yeah, sure, and then
Call
he's
his
like
bluff.
immediately gets
Yeah,
on
let
the
me get a
phone,
band
John,
together."
we need.
It was a long day.
We got to put 3 hours worth of music together in 2 weeks. I'm like, dude. So that's actually how we officially roped in Benny, because we're like, all right, we need something else. It's just me and James right now. So we didn't have any bass. It was just 2 guitars and drums, but it was great. And then we had a great time, great turnout. And then we're like, all right, let's go somewhere with this.
Nice.
Yeah. John tried to recruit me as a bass player. I didn't want to do it. Took me a while to actually join this band.
Yeah, you said no at first.
Yeah, I did.
What finally got you in the band?
John finally said I could do like
You could do something else but
Yeah, he's like,
anything
yeah,
but
like
bass.
backup vocals.
We promised him all the
or,
riches in the world.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be famous,
Yeah,
guys.
he's like, you follow me. I'm gonna make you a star, kid. Yeah, but no, it was cool. He's like, you could play backup rhythm guitar and mandolin, and like I didn't really know how to play bass that well, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. We were just talking about doing a cover band. That's all it was at the start of this, but yeah, it's cool. I had some music written, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to share it with these guys yet because I didn't know them that well. But at the end of that summer, we had played several hours on stage together and spent a lot of time, and yeah, showed it, and I guess it snowballed from there. So here we are.
The evolution.
Yeah.
So your first album, Pretty and Burnt Out, has a running time of just shy of an hour. And your latest album, Beau Monde, clocks in at just like over half an hour. Was the first album more like a culmination of everything y'all had just been working on and throwing at the wall, and then this latest album is like a more of a refinement? Is that what it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, pretty much that first album was absolutely a culmination, especially because we tried to start recording it right before the world stopped for about a good 2 years there. So bad time to try and get into that, and we had just continued to write, and we're like, well, we'll just add it to the album. And we went through like 2 different studios. There's a long, convoluted story there, but you hit the nail on the head. This second effort here, we definitely set out. We had a very direct goal of what kind of album we wanted to make. We wanted it to punch. We wanted it to essentially be an album of songs that could be singles, stand alone.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah.
There we go. Beautiful. Well said by Benny over there. But yeah, that's pretty much where Beau Monde came from there.
So the album cover, I can't help but think about the secret upper room of the Metro here in Chicago. Is that where?
Yeah,
that,
you nailed
really?
it. Yeah, you
that's
good
it.
guess.
Getting all
That's
the-
a really good guess.
Thank you.
I'm
I've
surprised
been-
you got that.
You
I
know
was-
Chicago.
Yeah, that's
Top-note
a
theater.
a theater. It was absolutely an insane place to be. Can you tell me how you got to do the music video and the album cover there? Like, what kind of
Absolutely.
connections do you have
First
here?
and foremost, shout out to our guy Jerry Cowgill over there at Metro. He's
Nice.
become a very good friend of ours. One of the hardest working guys in Chicago's music industry to champion like what is going on in this city. And yeah, we kind of just found our way to being closer to him, and just decided to reach out because we're balling on a budget here. We're
For
still
sure.
an independent operation. We're like, we got to film this music video. I don't know how much we can shell out to find a cool location to do this. And we had a vision in mind for what the album art was going to be. I was thinking rundown theater that goes with the idea of like what used to be nice, but it isn't. It's still kind of, it gives the appearance of it was nice, but it's trashy. And we're like, that's kind of an attitude that was on this album. Anyways, Top Note Theater has that. It's very rundown, but cool, like very cool looking. A lot of history in that room. And Jerry was kind enough to hook us up with a deal to, just pay like half of what they normally pay to rent it out. And we did the Beau Monde music video for the single. And then, and then we did every single and album cover art there as well.
Yeah.
Our man Gus, who's here today, shot all those.
Yeah,
Follow
shout out
Goose
to
Images, all that. Yep. He's the man. He's our media man.
That is like a hidden gem for real. You know how people are always like, it's a hidden gem. Like, that's really a hidden gem.
You don't even know it exists until you go up.
Yeah,
there.
you're just like, whoa, hold on.
Called the stair convention. So many stairs.
The elevator was broken.
Yeah.
It might still be. So that was about an hour or so of lugging stuff up the stairs. Their tight stairway.
All for the love of the music,
Gotta
man.
do it.
Well, let's get back into it.
Sweet.
Sure.
They tell you something, no, that ain't loving. Could see it coming. And I wanted nothing but numbing. I wanted nothing to do with it. That lonely love, that lonely, oh that lonely love. I want some of it. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love, I'll be there for you. Yeah, I can make it. Tell them to shove it. I mean to break it. I'll rise above it and love it. I want something to do with it. That lonely love, that lonely, oh that lonely love. I want some of it. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love, I'll be there for you. I recognize this for all it's worth. I walk a line to the edge of the earth. I make a deal with the devil himself. Take care of your heart, take care of your health. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love. And I don't care if you don't care. I swear I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. I recognize this for all it's worth. I walk a line to the edge of the earth. I make a deal with the devil himself. Take care of your heart, take care of your health. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love. I don't care if you don't care. I'll be there for you. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't care, love. I don't care if you don't care. If you don't care, if you don't.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, we just heard Blood and Water, a sweet little ditty by none other than the Deadbolts. So you've all evolved from cover band to touring band. How's Vancis doing these days?
Vancis is good. He just got an oil change.
He had a little trouble starting this morning.
Yeah,
but
he
we
almost didn't
Well,
start
that,
this morning.
That happens. Yeah, there's a starter box, and you gotta take the plug in and out, and you gotta kind of
just jiggle it around a
fiddle
little
with
bit.
it.
And
He's
it works.
he's from 2008, so I don't know how old that makes him, but he's getting up
He's
there.
a big part of the
He's getting up there in
bonding,
age, yeah.
bonding for this band. A lot of bonding done
Yes.
in Vancis.
Yeah, very much so.
Who named? It's a clever
That was
name.
Corb. Yeah, so Corb hadn't even technically joined the band. He was filling in for Tyler. We were playing in Lexington, Kentucky at the Burl, opening up for our friends in Mojo Thunder. Shout out those guys. Love those guys. Yeah, and we had just bought the van. Definitely was not safe to be taking it down that far at all. The steering wheel, the whole chassis was loose. There was just all kinds of issues with it. I didn't look into any of that. I was like, we got a van. Let's go. Let's take it down there. And I think we were just hanging out in the parking lot before we even loaded in. And Corb just like
I don't even
jokingly just goes, yeah, can I get the keys to Vancis? And I go,
We needed a van name.
I go,
so,
no
yeah,
way.
Vancis.
That is absolutely what we're calling this thing. So yeah, here we are like 3 years later.
Brilliant.
A lot of bumper stickers.
Yep.
Yep.
That's always like a rite of passage and a bonding experience, like riding in that van
Sure.
that we shouldn't be riding in, but we're gone.
Yep.
So you got back safe, and that's good. So I love a good dive bar. It's truly a dying breed, and there's a lot of fake dive bars out there. What's your favorite dive bar in Chicago?
That's a good question. Yeah, I guess it goes my neighborhood for sure. And I live right around here in Ukrainian. I love, I guess you could say Cleo's is one of those. I definitely like that soccer bar. It's a good one. But Sportsman's, and then this other, don't want to blow up the spot, but Star Bar over on Western. Love that joint.
No gatekeeping?
Yeah, well, I won't gatekeep. It's fine. People rarely even make it over there. I'll say where it is, and they still won't go, and that's fine. That's my bar. But yeah, love that area. These guys probably
we
got a million.
started out
Southside.
playing in dive bars. So yeah, Hearts Saloon over 99th and Western. We've been playing End Zone. It's been around
End
for a
Zone,
very long
yeah.
time.
Clancy's.
101st
you
and
gotta
Western.
do Clancy's 95th Oak Lawn, shortstops in Chicago Ridge. Top contenders.
We started at a place called Hearts in Evergreen Park, which is
One of our first
basically
shows
right
ever.
there. Yeah,
Southside might have the best dive bars.
they get a
Definitely.
lot, and they're true dives.
Yeah.
They're
$2
first-
domestics
there
get a
are-
certain crowd.
They're not
people in
pretending.
there that are there to drink. They are drinking.
Not for the aesthetic at all. So there's 7 of you. How do you navigate the whole too many cooks spoil the broth conversation when it comes to making like decisions for the band?
That's a good one. I think we've been together for so long now that it just kind of naturally happened over time that the roles just kind of filled in. Everyone's very comfortable with where they're at. Like situationally, we know when something arises, we're like, oh, that's the go-to guy. He handles that. That's kind of it's defaulted to like a setting there. Yeah.
Once we become comfortable with our number, then we decide, let's add one more person. Yep.
So what song or songs did you spend the most labor on in the studio for this latest album, Beau Monde?
I'll let any one of you guys take this.
James.
Promised Land, I'd say, right?
Promised Land, it took a while just to get the production sounding, like getting the drums and bass, the low end, that was huge. So we worked with Doug Malone over at Jam Deck. He's our guy. He's a wizard, just kind of helping us get everything ready.
Doug Sauce.
Doug Sauce. Yeah. Shout out Doug. So yeah, Promised Land took a long time in the kind of pre-production. And then, I mean, during...
Post-production.
Pre and post, I suppose. Yeah, so really both. Then I don't know. I don't care if you don't care. Kind of took a while. Just kind of. It's a quick song, so making sure we're not varying in the tempo and the feel. Took us a few tries. Like we did some that were slow, some that were fast, some that were
On the really
just
heavy
right.
lunch one day kind of slowed us down on a couple takes.
Yeah, shout out
we
Tomatoes.
went to
on
Tomato.
Grand over there.
Ate too many
couple
vodka
chicken
chicken
parms.
parms.
Vodka chicken
Arancini.
parm was an anchor in the day. Just sunk our boat.
Hey, but on the complete opposite of that spectrum, James did knock out Crosses in one take.
That's true.
Yeah.
The drum
Yeah.
track on Crosses, James did that in one try, which I'm still impressed to this day.
Pro moves. So spoiler alert, you're about to get into Promised Land, which is another one of my faves from the album. The music video is quite enjoyable as well. For y'all at home, after you watch this session, go and watch the video for Promised Land if you haven't already. How much fun was had during the shoot, and when can I come to the Jagoff Mansion?
Yeah, way too much fun. Absolutely. We worked with Nicholas Conehurst and Brandon Stearns out of Milwaukee. Had been following those guys, and they were great to work with. Our first time, I got a contact with them out of the blue because I'd been following their work. Had never met them before, but we clicked immediately, and we were kind of on a tight schedule because, like I said,
2 hours at
we're out
each
here on a
spot.
budget. We're just renting these spaces on Peerspace, and we're like,
yeah.
all right, go in and film, and get it done. But despite the time crunch, it was way too fun because, you got there's creative direction anywhere when the theme of the music video is to kind of just be an asshole. So, yeah, if I could say that, if that's allowed on here. But,
We're good.
all right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, bleep. And the Dave O'Neill, I think was his name. We found this guy out. He was on Peerspace, and he just listed his home in
That's
Glen
what the
Ellen.
Jagoff Mansion is?
Yeah, in Glen Ellen. And
He's a nice guy.
he's a great guy, and Dave was a very good sport because I don't think we told him we were going to pose it as the Jagoff.
Or the plastic blow-up dolls.
Yeah,
that I
we
came
brought a
in
lot
with.
of weird props in there, and he was cool about it all. He had said he'd seen crazier stuff, so we were like, all right, that's all we needed to hear. So
It's like, I'd been to college.
this guy is basically lording over a historic artifact, like from 1940. He hasn't changed anything in the house. He told the people he bought it from they're part of some historical association. He's like, I'll just keep it how it is and just make it nice. And they gave him a nice price, and he's lived there ever since. But his wife is a touring musician, so he's like, yeah, on the side, I'll just rent it out to whoever wants to come in here and shoot, music videos, TV shows, whatever. He's had a bunch of people come through there, and we made it the Jagoff Mansion. But
Nice.
yeah, Dave is a great guy, a sweetheart.
Shout out Dave, shout out Peerspace.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you don't know about him, check him out.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
Sweet.
wanna consume. Oh, but you'll never make it in this club. How they wrote it. And they took the best of what you love, stripped it down and sold it. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's talking heads, talking nonsense, talking everything that's under the sun. They got a look, they got a sound, they got a way of telling you're not the one. Oh, but am I reputable enough? Am I composed enough? Am I suitable enough? Am I beautiful enough for you to rip me apart? It's never enough. It's never enough for you. It's never enough. Where you leave me? Where you leave me? Where you leave me? Ah, where you leave me? Oh, you take it, you leave it, you test it, you need it, you want it, it goes around. You take it, you leave it, you test it, you need it, you want it, it goes, it's never enough. It's never enough.
A massive thank you to the Deadbolts for joining us today. And as always, major love to our camera ops, engineers, dogs, editors, and artists here at Audiotree, spreading the gospel of live music. These babes are playing some big shows later on this year, so grab tickets when you see them in your area. Buy all their merch like this shirt right here, and get into the latest album, Beau Monde, because you love great music and we want you to have it because we love you. And like I always say, Pookie Pies, likes are good, but subscribing to Audiotree means you get these dope videos at the top of your feed as soon as they drop. Get cool merch at audiotree.shop, and if you want just the session audio, you can find it on all the streamy things like Apple Music. Finally, follow Audiotree on social media for more fun content. This is Psalm 1 signing off, and remember, guys, stay dangerous and drive safe. Please. I'll see you next time. Peace.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?